India, the USA, Great Britain, the Netherlands, Venezuela. People from these and many other countries of the world live with us side by side. They are working, starting families, growing up children and simply enjoying life in Kazakhstan. In our program Connecting Cultures, they share their stories that had occurred before they came to Kazakhstan and after they arrived here. From them we will learn how the experience of staying in our country has changed their destinies. His life is as vivid, rich and multifaceted as a palette of paints. The hero of our program is a magnificent and gifted painter, a teacher of the Italian language and culture, and a very genuine and unselfish person. Carmine Barbaro is a member of the Union of Artists of Kazakhstan. His works can be found in many museums of modern art in our country, as well as in private collections in the USA, Canada and many European countries. Carmine calls himself a Kazakh painter of Italian origin. The hero of our program grew up in a family of teachers, but at first he didn't want to follow their career path. Although Carmine has become an artist, in recent times he turned to teaching activity, and this is what he has been doing in Almaty with great enthusiasm up till now. What kind of person were you in your childhood? Soon after my birth in the south of Italy, our family moved to a small town which is near Rome. It was in the post-war period. Italy then was destroyed. When I was 5 years old, I was sent to study at the elite monastic school. It played an important role in my life. In 1958 we moved to Rome, and then my life turned upside down, because it was a big city, where there was order, but also there were too many dangers. I had lived in Rome for 6 years and could no longer stay there, so I entered the Academy of the Navy. The other event, which later on played a decisive role in my life, occurred when I was 5 years old. I came home and heard behind the closed door of a room my mom talking to my teacher. At that moment I thought, what have I done this time? I was afraid of another punishment. So I quietly sneaked up to the door and began to eavesdrop on their conversation. It was the only time when my teacher came to praise my potential gift for drawing. But I myself hadn't considered my drawing special, because all children drew. She advised my mom to send me after finishing the secondary school to the Academy of Arts. Just at that precise moment I made up my mind to become a painter. However, I faced with my father's opinion. He didn't support my decision and sent me to the agriculture college. I graduated from the college, but anyway I became an artist. And now I think that if my father had been alive, he would have been proud of me, because I became a teacher as he wanted and an artist as I dreamed. What changes have your residence in Kazakhstan led to? Have you acquired any own tradition of local nature? Of course, because I have been living in this country for so many years. Lots of things have changed, and for the better. The most important decision that I have made was the adoption of Islam. It came to my mind long ago. One of my favorite themes for painting is the Kazakh traditions.
казахские традиции.
Tell us about your first visit to Kazakhstan. What you had been impressed by that you decided to come back here.
Это было конца 93 года.
It was at the end of 1993. I arrived from St. Petersburg.
Как сразу, уже там, когда открыли дверь, вот,
And just at the moment when the door of aircraft was opened, I got a feeling that I came home.
не знаю, это загадка.
It was a mystery to me.
Я понял вот такое впечатление, чтобы.
And only then, after 1 year or two, I began to feel like I'm at home, despite cold winter and 2-meter layer of snow. I realized that in Kazakhstan I will be able to make my dream come true, to live as an artist. So it happened, and I'm satisfied. At the start of his career as an artist, Carmine Barbaro has participated in many international exhibitions. Today our hero views the profession of an artist not as obligation. He believes that inspiration is needed to create a real pieces of art. In addition, the work should be done in a cheerful mood. Carmine depicts everything that is dear to his heart. His native land, as well as picturesque scenery and things connected with national life of Kazakhstan. Carmine Barbaro appreciates hospitality, sociability and warm relations of the Kazakh people and is grateful to the residents of Kazakhstan for their attitude to him and other foreign guests, holding his master classes in many cities of our country. Maestro does not only share his skill with the audience, but according to him, the main thing for the artist is to give people the energy, attitude and positive mood. What is painting for you? Hobby, creativity, money or fame? The exact date when I decided to become a professional artist is 1981. Once I painted 250 pictures during a year. I myself was surprised. Actually, I always drew a large quantity of paintings. Usually there are 70 or 80 works a year, and that year 250. And I'm not talking only about the canvases of the format of 50 by 70 centimeters. There were also some works of the format 4 by 6 meters, painted in fresco, that is very difficult to do. What inspires you to create paintings? Usually I do not use fancy to create my paintings. It rarely happens. I paint only what I see around me, because I try to depict the places which in 100 years might not exist, and the moments that will never happen again. Thus, my painting is a kind of historical document. I have never considered my pictures as the means bringing me an income. I just paint, and my wife is engaged with the rest things. My paintings are my creation. I paint them and put aside, and even do not think about selling them. Carmine Barbaro is the holder of many awards. One of the most significant awards is the Order of the Star of Italy, which he received for his long-term contribution to the development of friendly relations and cooperation between Italy and Kazakhstan. So thanks to the creation of the Cultural and Educational Center and Translation Department of the Italian language at the university, the hero of our program has assisted in implementing students' exchange program between Kazakhstan and Italy. Today, the Cultural and Educational Center is the official agency under the government of Italy to promote the Italian culture and language in Kazakhstan. Moreover, Carmine gave many Kazakh artists and musicians a start in life and continues to help the young talents of Kazakhstan by all means. How is your creative and professional life going? When I came here in 1993, I was lucky to make friends with great Kazakh artists of that time. We created together in their studio. I didn't have my own one at that time, and they gave me the opportunity to work at their place and also use their painting materials. That's how I found my new way of creative activity. I decided to stay in Kazakhstan. And as an artist, I've got an exciting life here. The one that I always dreamt of. In 2004, I decided to establish my own education center. However, I didn't want to create it only for the education purpose. Thus, I expanded its sphere of activity and laid emphasis on cultural exchange. Children are full of huge amount of energy. You cannot even imagine it. I have to play with them. Of course, it's difficult for me at my age to manage 3-year-old children. Their parents assist me in it. How do you contribute to cultural exchange between Kazakhstan and Italy? Painting as an art is my favorite activity, my profession. And also I value the works of the Kazakh artists. In Kazakhstan, I met a lot of talented people who were unsure of themselves. Once I gathered 10 painters of Almaty city, and we went to Sicily within cultural exchange. So, not only our artists realized that their works were the best ones, but also the Italians noticed the same. And according to the program, all the painters who participated in this cultural event had to come to the square and draw in front of the crowd of viewers, but none of the Italian artists came. Besides, in accordance with that project of cultural exchange, the Italian painters were supposed to come to Kazakhstan. I invited them. But for some reason or other, all of them refused because they had realized that the level of their painting would not be able to compare with the talents our artists have got. I am a patriot. I try to spread the great Italian culture among the Kazakh people. Meanwhile, it's inadmissible to belittle the culture and art of the local people. We are not worse than others. I always said, if you live in Kazakhstan at least for 2 years, you will never wish to leave this country. So it has happened for many times. In addition to painting, Carmine Barbaro devotes his time to teaching at university on weekdays and teaching children of different ages at his language center on Saturdays. And every Sunday our hero spends his free time with his beloved wife. And as a good tradition, Carmine meets with his friends to have a cup of Italian coffee and discuss the latest news. One never knows what future holds and where it will be possible to find oneself and peace as well. The hero of our program was lucky to find a place where he feels comfortable, a wife whom he is happy with, and activities that give him joy and peace.